Today, I'm giving you the exact step-by-step roadmap for selling any digital product online in 2025. At Stand, we've helped over 60,000 creators sell their first digital product, and we've analyzed exactly what separates the ones who succeed from those who never make a dollar. If you follow these 7 steps, you will know exactly how to pick a high-demand niche, test demand before creating, generate attention and sales even with 0 followers, launch an MVP in days, not months, and scale it into a full-time business. This will be the only guide you'll ever need to create a digital product and become a millionaire. So let's get straight into it. All right, so everyone thinks you need a massive audience to make money as a creator, but our data shows that this is absolutely wrong. In reality, all you need is 1,000 loyal fans and a high-value solution to a problem they share in order to create profitable digital products. All right, think of it like this. Would you rather have 100,000 followers who barely notice your posts, or 1,000 fans who hang on your every single word and can't wait to see what you'll do next? It's like having a room full of acquaintances versus a tight-knit group of friends. Which one do you think is more likely to support you and buy your products? I'll give you a hint. It's not the 100,000 people. It's a tight-knit group of friends. Let's take a look at an example. This is Annie, a vocal coach with only 3,000 followers, but she's built a thriving, sustainable business by selling digital courses and online coaching sessions. While Annie's audience was relatively small, she was still able to transition from teaching local students casually to overseeing a global coaching business by tapping into an interest her followers shared, learning to sing, and a specific challenge they frequently asked her about, which is how do I get more confident about performing in front of others? But here's where it gets really interesting. It's not just about the number of followers you have. What really matters is how engaged they are. That's where engagement rate comes in. Having a high engagement rate means your audience is actually interacting with your content. They're liking, commenting, sharing, and most importantly, they're paying attention to what you have to say. All right, now let's talk about why this matters for selling digital products. When you're focused on solving specific problems for your audience, you're not just throwing content out there and hoping something sticks. You're actually addressing their needs and wants. And when you do that, guess what happens? Your conversion rate goes through the roof. Imagine you're a fitness coach, for example, and instead of just posting generic workout videos, you create a program specifically designed to help busy moms get fit in just 20 minutes per day. You're solving a real problem for a specific group of people. Those moms are going to be way more likely to buy your program because it's exactly what they need. So what are some practical steps that you can take today that will help you avoid this and other limiting beliefs that could keep you from realizing your dreams? Well, number 1, it's to reframe your mindset from I need a big audience to launch a successful online business to I need a valuable solution for a problem often faced by a substantial portion of a very specific audience. Number 2, write down 3 things that people always ask you for help with. Here's a simple exercise. Look at your most popular pieces of content. What questions are people asking in the comments? What topics generate the most engagement? These are all clues to the problems that your audience wants solved. Think about it this way. If you've successfully navigated a challenge that others are facing, you have valuable insights to share. That's the true power of shifting your mindset when starting an online business. It opens up a world of possibilities, allowing you to see opportunities where you might have only seen obstacles before. Now that we understand that you do not need 1 million followers to sell a digital product, how do you choose the right digital product to sell? If making that decision sounds overwhelming, it's because it is, but don't worry. To pick the right niche, you just need to follow 4 golden rules. Rule number 1, when you're identifying a solution that you can provide to your audience, make sure that it's a painkiller, not a vitamin. What do I mean by that? Well, just go to school and become a pharmacist and you'll understand. Just kidding. A painkiller product solves an urgent problem that your customers desperately need fixed. It's a must-have, not just a nice-to-have. Think back to Annie. She knew that most of her followers had access to an online vocal coach. To pick her niche, she paid attention to the goals her audience was so invested in that they proactively asked her for solutions. Since Annie's specific audience took the time to ask for individualized programs that focused on gaining the confidence to sing in front of others, that's exactly what she offered them. Solving a painful problem is not enough if you don't position your product in the right way. Specificity sells. The more niche your digital product is, the easier it'll be to find customers for it. Picking a broad niche is like handing your customer a one-size-fits-all jacket. Sure, it might fit everybody, but it doesn't fit anybody well. Picking a specific niche is like giving your customer a tailored suit. It fits each person perfectly and makes the wearer feel like it was made just for them. This is where most beginner creators go wrong. They have a specific product that solves a painful problem, but they still need to check something super important that so many people forget. Let's go back to the tailored suits metaphor. If you're starting a business to sell tailored suits, spending 15 minutes researching the market can give you a top-line understanding of what the best-selling suit colors and fabrics are, reducing your risk of launching an underperforming venture. Honestly, none of this matters if you don't respect rule number 4, which is that you need to select a niche that you are an expert in. Ideally, you should have expert-level education skills related to the products that you offer. In other words, don't sell tailored suits if you hate sewing, and don't sell a vocal coaching program if you don't know how to sing. You'll have a much better chance of developing a sustainable online business if you invest your energy in a product that you can easily and, most importantly, enjoyably create. Here's a super basic formula for getting started literally today. It takes like 10 minutes. First, list 5 things that you love talking about. It can be anything. Think about your interests, think about the things that you think about the things that you talk about with your friends. Next, list 5 things that you're good at, things that you like doing around the house or things that you have as hobbies. These are your skills. Third, try finding any overlap that exists between the things that you like and the things that you're good at. That, my friends, is your niche. Step number 4 is to lay out the most painful problems that people are facing in your niche and are already paying to try to figure out how to solve. Ultimately, if you can draw on your interests and skills to build a product tailored to your audience's wants and needs, you can find success as an online entrepreneur without a massive following. All right, you've got your niche, but here's a shocking statistic. 42% of startups fail because there's no market need for their products. But don't worry, I've got a foolproof method to make sure that you're not a part of that statistic. It's called the $0 test method, and it's about to change everything you thought you knew about making a digital product. The $0 test method gives you the ability to validate your idea for absolutely free before spending any time or money on creating the actual product. Here's exactly how to pull it off. First, poll your audience online. You can ask a question as simple as, if I made an insert digital product idea, would you buy it? If you want to go one step further, you could even ask how much the product or the solution to the problem it offers would be worth to your potential customers. This tactic is one of the simplest ways to find out how much interest your audience has in an idea, which could potentially save you hours or days on a prototype. I've personally had the opportunity to experience firsthand the benefits of polling your audience before launching a digital product. When I was preparing to create my online productivity course called Antidote, I used Instagram polls to ask my audience a variety of questions about their identities, lifestyles, and their biggest goals and challenges when it came to productivity. The responses I received played a major role in shaping the topics that I decided to cover in my course while I was still in the early brainstorming stages of developing it. If you get the basic validation you need from polling your audience, the next part of the $0 test method is to produce and launch a free scaled down version of your digital product to see how many people will download it. This tactic is kind of like sketching a blueprint before constructing a house. You wouldn't build a house without a plan, and you also wouldn't launch a digital product without a freebie. Launching a free version of your product helps you outline what works and what still needs improvement before investing heavily. Take Austin, for example, an entertainment creator who used this tactic to test demand for digital products that taught his followers how to become better Dungeons & Dragons players. Before building out an entire suite of products, he started by launching a free idea generator to help dungeon masters come up with prompts for each gaming session. He then monitored the frequency of usage and unique users to gain deeper insight into the size of the online market for digital products related to Dungeons & Dragons. Simple, direct, to the point. And lo and behold, it worked. The third part of the $0 test method is to soft launch pre-orders before scaling your inventory. A soft launch not only gives you more opportunities to test demand, gather valuable feedback, and refine your digital product, it also allows you to test marketing strategy and operational processes before making a big time or financial investment. Here's Peter, a photographer and digital entrepreneur who wanted to sell an online directory of photography classes in major cities. Soft launching the directory with pre-orders gave him the opportunity to test demand for the product in general and drill down into demand for the directory in different cities. The last part of the $0 test method is to publish a waitlist for your product. A growing list of signups is a strong indicator that people are excited about your offering, which can help justify further investment and development in marketing. A waitlist can also serve as an early feedback loop. You can engage with your waitlist subscribers through surveys, interviews, or beta access to learn more about their pain points and expectations so that you can refine the features, improve the user experience, and prioritize the elements that matter most to your audience. Mylene, a lifestyle creator, recently proved how powerful this tactic can be when she decided to test demand for a video making guide. During the first 2 weeks when her waitlist was live, she gained hundreds of dependable leads, giving her the confidence she needed to invest in building out the guide. I can imagine that you're probably thinking, what if my test reveals that no one's interested in my idea? Well, good news. That's actually a win. Think about it. You've just saved yourself weeks or even months of work creating a product that wouldn't have sold. The $0 test method isn't just about validating good ideas. It's also about weeding out the not so good ideas before you invest too much time and energy, which is a scarce commodity these days. Sometimes these tests reveal unexpected insights that can completely change your product for the better. Maybe you thought people wanted a comprehensive course, but your poll shows that they're actually more interested in quick, bite-sized lessons. Or perhaps your free webinar attendees ask questions that inspire a whole new direction for your digital product. Remember Peter, the photographer that we talked about earlier? It turned out there wasn't enough interest in his directory of photography classes in major cities to justify the time and effort it would take to create it. By soft launching his product with pre-orders, he saved himself from learning those lessons the hard way. When he polled his audience to dig deeper into the trends, he discovered valuable insights that led him to a similar yet more profitable niche, a directory of pottery classes in major cities. When you offer a free mini version of your digital product or even open up pre-orders, you're building trust with your audience. You're showing them that you're committed to creating something actually valuable, and you're giving them a chance to be a part of the process. There's something psychologically powerful about being an early adopter or getting a sneak peek. People love feeling like they're getting special access or being a part of something from the beginning. So not only are you validating your idea, but you're also building a group of excited, invested followers who are likely to become your biggest fans and promoters. So in summary, the $0 test method validates demand before investing time and resources, saves money by avoiding creation of unsellable products, provides valuable audience insights, builds trust and excitement with potential customers, and creates a group of early adopters and promoters. The goal here is to create a product that sells, and the best way to ensure that is to know that it will sell before you even start creating it. All right, you've validated demand for your digital product. People want what you're building. Now what? Build your MVP, which is short for minimum viable product, in 48 hours or less. And you might be thinking, there's no way that I can do that. Quality takes time, right? Yes, but in this case, speed matters just a little bit more. Why is speed so important? Well, in the fast-paced world of digital products, being first to market can make all the difference. Plus, the quicker you can get your product out there, the faster you'll start learning what your audience really wants so that you can iterate on your product offering. The most important thing to keep in mind is that perfection is the enemy of progress in the MVP stage. So you'll want to focus on getting the core aspects of your digital product in place without going down any unnecessary rabbit holes. It's much easier said than done, but it's something to definitely keep top of mind. An MVP is the perfect place to leverage the 80-20 rule. 80% of the desired results that you want, which in this case is validating the idea, comes from about 20% of the effort that you put in. Usually for MVP versions of products, good enough is good enough. Don't overthink it, just build and ship. So how do you apply the 80-20 mindset for digital entrepreneurship? Well, you choose the fastest and simplest way to get your MVP in front of potential customers who can provide feedback to guide iteration. If you're creating a course, you can film the course on your phone, edit it lightly, and upload it to a platform like Stan Store. And if you're thinking of launching live coaching calls, all you need is a simple system for people to book calls with you. Stan is another great option here, especially if you want an all-in-one system to cover your hosting, payment, and customer analytics, in addition to scheduling. Now, while you might be tempted to spend days tweaking every aspect of your MVP, don't let perfectionism stand in the way of progress. Focus on getting the core components of your product in place as quickly as possible to keep your momentum going. Now that you have your MVP, the question still stands. How do I generate attention for it, even if I have a small following? Thankfully, there's a relatively simple answer to it, and it all starts with the give-give-ask method. Let's start by breaking it all down. There's a really simple idea behind the give-give-ask method, which is that when you give to your audience, particularly on a regular basis, they'll return the favor. Imagine it like tending a garden. You water the soil, nourish the plants, and let them flourish before you harvest the fruits, right? By giving to your audience before you ask anything, you cultivate trust and goodwill so that when you finally do make a request of them, the ground is fertile and the return is abundant. The give-give-ask method essentially works the same way. First, you give to your audience in the form of free, valuable content like how-to videos, cheat sheets, and mini tutorials. Then you give to your audience again, this time by engaging them in relationships that increase the value they're getting from your free content, all while teaching you helpful lessons about how to optimize for sales. Finally, you ask your audience to buy the product, but never too early or too directly. You want your request to feel as organic as possible. For example, when posting about your free content, include a call to action, like, if you want my full system, grab the full guide in my bio. This tactic is still providing value with your free content while subtly pointing out the paid resources you offer for people who want to go deeper. So you've learned the give-give-ask method. All you need now are viral storytelling techniques to help you gain as much attention as possible, because without views, you have no sales. Viral can mean different things for different creators, and you don't need to get a million views or likes to succeed in leveraging viral storytelling. Instead, focus your energy on looking for the best hooks to drive whatever a big audience means for you. This process doesn't have to be complicated. Viral hooks may even sound obvious to you when you hear them. For example, most people fail at losing weight because they do this, or you can double your home's energy efficiency. Here's how. You've probably heard a version of these hooks before, so the next time that you come across one that's really persuasive, write it down. If you invest the energy in searching for good hooks, you'll undoubtedly find plenty of options to choose from. The main thing you want to focus on here is talking directly to your customers' problems, fears, obstacles, and beliefs. The more your audience feels like you actually understand their situation deeply, the more they will trust that you can develop an adequate solution. Here's a framework that you can use to create this kind of content. Start with a powerful hook that grabs attention. Then share a personal story or experience that relates to your hook. Then provide valuable insights or tips that your audience can use right away. After that, engage with your audience, ask questions and respond to comments. And lastly, only after you've given value multiple times, make your ask. It's finally time to launch your product. This should be an exciting time, but it can also be fairly scary if you've never done it before. If you feel overwhelmed by the many different approaches to this stage, you're not alone. Most people never even get around to selling anything because they don't have a clear launch strategy. Luckily, there's a simple framework that can change everything. I call it the tease, announce, sell method, and it's the key to generating excitement and sales right from the start. I'm going to break down the strategy right now so that you can confidently launch your product and start making money without second guessing every single move. First step is to tease your product to your audience by showing a behind the scenes shot of you in the creation process. Teasing a product sparks intrigue by giving glimpses without revealing everything. It can also give a sense of exclusivity by making your followers feel like insiders, strengthening their connection to your brand. Next, you want to announce why you made the product and who it's for. These are the two most important aspects of your marketing message. The goals here are to gain the attention of your target customers and to show them how your product will solve one of their most urgent challenges. Jenny, another lifestyle creator, did a fantastic job of using this tactic when marketing her first digital product, a social media guide. Her stories and posts about the guide clearly communicated exactly who the product was for and persuasively described the benefits her customers would gain from it. Jenny's messaging was so effective that it helped her earn $60,000 from the guide in just 14 days. It's pretty inspiring, right? Good thing we're almost at the finish line. Lastly, all you have to do is start offering your product to clients. When you're preparing for this step, consider incorporating early bird pricing for the first 24 hours of launch to heighten the sense of exclusivity to your followers and to drive upfront sales. It can also assist in creating a sense of buzz through word-of-mouth marketing. Early buyers who love the product can become brand advocates, sharing their experience and further adding to your bottom line. The tease, announce, sell method is a great strategy for launching and marketing any digital product because it feels organic to the creation process and highlights the solution you're providing to your ideal customer. Now that you've launched your digital product, how do you grow to the point where you're consistently bringing in at least $10,000 a month? Well, to get there, you'll need the feedback and support of your customers, meaning all of the work you've been doing to engage them through the process will continue to pay off. A lot of digital creators think their job is done once the product hits the market, but here's the truth. Initial success doesn't guarantee long-term sales. The digital landscape is constantly changing, and what works today might not work tomorrow. That's why it's crucial to keep your finger on the pulse of your customers' needs and preferences. Here's the formula for success. Begin by gathering testimonials. Customer testimonials build trust, provide social proof, and help persuade potential buyers to invest in your product by showcasing real-life examples of people who have actually benefited from it. They add credibility and can give you a major boost in conversions, so make sure you don't skip this step. Step 2 is to use the feedback, both positive and negative, that you get from your customers to improve your product. You can do this by asking your customer for feedback directly in polls and interviews or by analyzing patterns in sales. Are more people buying your product in urban than rural areas? If this trend is unexpected, poll each group of customers separately to ask about their motivations for purchasing your product, expectations of, and satisfactions with it. Then look for any notable differences in their responses to make improvements and actually implement the feedback. Businesses that actively seek and implement customer feedback can increase sales by up to 30%. Imagine what that can mean for your business. It's about creating a product that truly meets your customers' needs and keeps them coming back for more. You'll also need to get creative about using sales techniques like bundling and upsells. These sales tactics increase average order value and improve the customer experience by offering complementary or upgraded products. If you pay attention to which products your customers are buying together or sequentially, bundling and upsells can make purchasing a win-win for you and your customers. So make the most of your efforts by using these tactics to keep growing it. Gather testimonials, improve your product based on feedback, and incorporate bundles and upsells into your sales strategy to keep the sales rolling in. The digital product market is projected to hit 400 billion with a B by 2026. That's a huge opportunity for creators like you, but you don't have to wait. Your journey can start literally today. Your unique voice could be exactly what someone needs. All right, so now that you have a detailed step-by-step roadmap for selling a digital product in today's online market, we're really excited to hear about your questions, learnings, and successes. So please share them below in the comments. As always, if you like this video, remember to hit the like button and subscribe to Stand for Creators for more videos just like this.